What is ramp in Magic the Gathering? Well, ramp cards are cards that accelerate your mana, giving you an additional reusable mana source beyond the usual 1 land per turn. The term ramp comes from the card Rampant Growth, which allows you to find an extra land into play. There are 4 categories of ramp. We got land ramp, we got creature ramp, we got mana rock ramp, or artifact ramp, and ritual ramp. Now, ritual ramp isn't actually technically ramp, okay? It's just kind of considered it because it can get you a little bit ahead, but I'll get to that in a second. Land ramp is the best form of ramp because lands are kind of pseudo-protected all the time because destroying lands is just kind of rude. So if you cast something like the aforementioned Rampant Growth or 3 Visits or something like that, you're 1 land ahead of where you should be. So say it's turn 2 and you cast one of those spells. Now you have 3 lands on turn 2, which means you've ramped to be 1 land ahead. I kind of hope that makes sense. Creature ramp is similar. Mana dorks are creature ramp, such as Llanowar Elves or Avacyn's Pilgrim. So if you cast one of these on turn 1, you effectively have 2 mana going into turn 2 instead of just your 1 land. So that puts you 1 step ahead. Mana rocks are exactly the same as before. So if you cast, say, a Talisman of Curiosity or a Thought Vessel, you're effectively 1 mana ahead again. Creatures and artifacts are much easier to get rid of though, so they're a bit fickle, but they can last long enough to cast your bigger spells. Ritual ramp, again, is not actually ramp. They're more like mana sources instead of actual ramp because they are very temporary. Old versions of Dark Ritual even said mana source on the card. These spells can put you ahead by 1 or 2 or 3 mana, but when your steps or phases end, you're probably just gonna lose the mana if you don't use it quick. So it can be a way to get ahead for the turn, but you'll still be behind on the next turn. So to recap, ramp cards accelerate your mana, giving you an additional reusable mana source beyond the usual 1 land per turn. Notice it says reusable. So in this mana ramp playlist, I combine all the cards into one video for each color, even though some cards may be rituals and aren't technically ramp spells. They just help you to find the right cards to accelerate your deck. So I use ramp very loosely. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, ring that bell button so you don't miss your weekly dose of